Try this. Keep your eyes open as long as you can and don't blink. Within seconds, your eyes start to feel dry, your vision feels scratchy, and your brain basically begs you to blink. Now, here's the crazy part. You blink thousands of times a day, and you almost never notice it, even though every blink is a tiny blackout. So why don't we see the darkness? Because blinking isn't just an eye thing, it's a brain trick. First, let's talk about what blinking actually does. Every blink is like a windshield wiper for your eyes. It spreads a fresh layer of tears across the clear front window of your eye, the cornea, keeping it smooth, clean, and comfortable. Without that tear layer, the surface dries out fast and your vision quality drops. That's why blinking is one of the simplest maintenance moves your body does all day. Tear film and blinking together protect the eye surface and keep vision clear. But if blinking is so important, why not blink slowly and consciously, like you do with breathing sometimes? Because your brain has a bigger problem to solve, when you blink, your eyelid physically blocks light. That means the visual input to your brain gets interrupted. If your brain treated every blink like a real interruption, your life would feel like a strobe light. Blink, blackout, blink, blackout, and it would be extremely distracting. So your brain does something clever, it edits the blink out. Scientists describe that during blinks, the brain reduces visual sensitivity and suppresses the perception of that brief loss of information so you don't consciously feel. This is one reason you usually don't notice the missing moment. Think of it like your phone camera app. When it has a tiny lag, it doesn't show you the lag, it shows you a smooth preview. Your brain does the same thing. It keeps your visual story continuous. And your brain doesn't blink randomly either. Humans actually blink in a smart, timed way. Research shows people can learn to blink strategically so they miss less important moments. Basically, the brain tries to blink between information beats. That's why you often blink at the end of a sentence, or during a pause, or right after you look away. Your brain is picking moments where a tiny blackout won't cost you much. Now, here's the next mind-blowing detail. Blinking is related to the same visual stability system used for eye movements. Your eyes make quick jumps called saccades all the time, and those also cause big changes on your retina, but you don't see the world smear or shake constantly. Blinks and saccades both trigger suppression in visual processing, so perception stays stable and smooth. So blinking without noticing is basically part of a larger stability mode your brain runs to keep reality looking normal. Another reason you don't notice blinking is speed. A typical blink is very fast, usually a fraction of a second, and your brain is already good at filling tiny gaps. That same fill-in ability is why your brain can ignore your nose in your vision, ignore small blind spots, and still give you one clean picture. Now let's add a fun fact for your video pacing. Your blink rate changes depending on what you're doing. In resting conditions, many studies report humans often blink somewhere around roughly 10 to 5 times per minute, though it varies a lot person to person. Blink rate is also studied as a possible marker related to dopamine function, but it's not a perfect one-to-one measure. That's why when you're staring at a screen, gaming, or reading intensely, people often blink less, and then they wonder why their eyes feel dry. You didn't lose moisture. You lost blinks. And finally, blinking is also a safety system. There are different kinds of blinks. Some are spontaneous, automatic maintenance, and some are reflex blinks, like when something suddenly moves toward your eye or there's a bright flash. Reflex blinking is your body's instant shield move. So here's the simple answer to the title question. You blink without noticing because your brain deliberately suppresses the visual interruption, times blinks to reduce the cost of missing information, and keeps your visual world stable while your eyes do constant maintenance. Every blink is a tiny blackout, but your brain is so good at editing reality, it deletes the blackout before you even realize it happened.